Hey everyone, welcome to the channel that Kindle Pro. So today in this video we'll learn what is access modifiers and what are the different access modifiers we have. We'll understand that, right? So an access modifier is nothing but a keyword in our programming language which controls the accessibility or visibility of different members. So the members can be classes, methods, properties, and other members within a program, right? And the access modifier determines which parts of a program can be accessible. We have basically five types of access modifiers. One is public, private, protected, internal, and protected internal. So in this video, we'll learn or we'll understand the difference between this public, private, and protected. Then in the next class or next video, we'll learn what is the internal and the protected internal. So let's start with the access modifiers we have, right? So let's understand the public, private, and protected members. So here, let's understand how we can use these access modifiers and what is the difference between these access modifiers, right? So I have created one project here. Inside this project, I have added another CS file, right? Class file as my customers. Let me create some variables with different access modifiers. Let me create a variable here that is public, suppose int and customer id, right? So I have created one variable here whose type is data type is integer and whose access modifier is public, right? So let me create another variable here whose access modifier is private, then string, then customer name, right? So I'm creating another variable here whose access modifier is protected and suppose string and customer suppose email, right? So what I've done here, I have created three variables which access modifiers are public, private, and protected, and what where its data type are integer, string, and string. Okay. Now let's understand what is this public access modifier is. So public int customer ID means this is a public member which is accessible inside this class and outside of this class. So this member can be accessible from anywhere, right? So what is this private member? Private means the restriction here is high. This is private. We cannot access it outside of this class. This is only accessible inside this class. This is the private member we have. If we'll delete this keyword private and we'll keep it like this, also by default it considered as a private member. Okay. So then what is protected? Protected means it is protected in some cases, like this customer email is the protected member which is accessible in the inside this class and inside the class which is inherited or derived from this base class. Got it? So this is the difference between these three. So let's understand with some example or with some scenario. Suppose I have created here one method, suppose public, and where suppose my method name is my customer details. So this is the method I am creating here, and inside this method I want to access these variables, right? So let me put here suppose customer id. You can see when I will click on or type customer id, the intelligence shows us the customer id because it is accessible inside this class. Though it is a private member, it is accessible inside this same class. So customer id, suppose I am putting customer id here is 100, right? Also I can show it like this, cust id. See, so customer email is also there, customer id is also there, customer name is also there, right? So these three variables that we have created with the different access modifiers, that is public, private, and protected, we can access it inside the method inside this method which is inside the same class. Got my point? Now, so this is so this all are accessible inside this same class. Now let's understand, or let's check how it is working outside of this class. So let me check here, go to the program.cs class, and let me create an instance of this class first. So my customer dot suppose nct equal to new my customers, right? So we have created an instance of this class my customers. Now with the help of this instance, let me access. So I want to access the variables that we have created. Now you can see here only customer id is showing here, right? Only customer id. So what about the customer name and customer email? See, customer email and customer name is not there in this list. Why? Because of the protection level. If I will check the customer id and I want to put some values here, then there will be no issue, right? Since this is a public member, we can access it outside of this class. Now let me put the same customer name here. So randomly I have put some values here. Suppose Kelly Fall. So if I will put some name here, what is showing the custom name, that cost name. My customers that cost name is inaccessible due to its protection level, right? Since the cost name here we have created this member as private, because of this protection level we cannot access it outside of this class. So this is the significance of this private access modifier or this private member. Got it? So what about the protected one? So protected one is also we cannot access here, right? Now let me also, if we'll try to create first email, also it is not there. You see, again the same thing. My customers.customer email is inaccessible due to its protection level. So let me create another class here. Suppose internal. We can put anything, right? I put here internal. You can put here the access modifier is public, no issue. Suppose internal, the class name my derived. Suppose, as I have told you, the the protected, as I have already told you, the protected member is only accessible inside the same class and inside the class which is derived from this class, right? Now let me create an uh, method here. Suppose public void my new method. Okay, let's just show you whether it is accessible or not. And again, what I will do here, so here we have seen outside of this class the protected member is not accessible, right? So let me derive this class from the customer class my customers. Okay, so this now this my derived class is inherited from this base class my customers. Now let me create an instance of this class. Suppose my customers, suppose mst equal to my customers. So if I will access this, if I'll try to access the protected member by using this or by the help of this instance, then you can see here only customer ID is available, but not the customer email, right? Only because you have created an instance of this my customers. We have to create an instance of this derived class, derived class because the protected member is always accessible in the class which is derived from its base class. can see mine derived. If I'll click on MST, now we can able to see the mine cost email, right? Cost ID is public, so we can access it from anywhere, but cost email now visible here to access it, right? Now you can add the customer email, and you can add here suppose email g.com. Got it? So this is all about the access modifiers we have, that is public, private, and protected. So we understood here what are the difference between this public, private, and protected, and how we can use this in our programming, right? So the rest two, the internal and the protected internal, we will learn in our next video. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching.